All right, here we are. We're going to show how to put up the Easy Track system. Where the board on the table is representing of a wall. There are lines on it which show where you place the track. We're going to show you the track, the last piece going on now. Draw lines when you're doing an island panel. When it's not an island panel, place the track along the edge of the wall or the ceiling or the floorboard. Now we'll draw the last line. And now we're ready for placement of the track. The next step is to cut the track to length. One side has a 45-degree angle. The other side normally would have a straight edge or 90-degree angle. However, in this particular case, because our sample is so small, both sides will have 45-degree angles. So we're using a carpenter's finish saw, which is a hand saw, to saw the track and create nice even cuts. It can be done with an electric chop saw as well. However, you must use a very fine tooth blade, otherwise you get burrs in the track. The track is coated with double-sided tape. After the tape is placed on the track, and it has already been cut to size, remove the outer cover and place the track on the wall to create a picture frame effect with all of the other track. And here we have all of the track placed. The installer is now putting it into place, and that will hold it. Additionally, we recommend the placement of at least 2 or 3 screws in the track, through the track into the wall as added security. Okay, here we are. And the next step is to put some adhesive on the wall, make squiggly lines. Once that is done, the next step is to actually place the Fabritrak foam or any other infill onto the surface. You just place the foam is cut to size, placed in the cavity, and worked under the edges of the outside track. The next step is to place the smaller of the 2 tapes on the top surface of the track. It's placed all around the perimeter, cut to size, and then once all surface panels are covered, the next step is to remove the red top layer, the paper coating or vinyl coating, and then we're ready to place the fabric. Now we're ready to place the fabric. First step is to remove the top cover from the tape on the top and sides only, leave the bottom covered. Place the fabric on the top, starting in the middle, and then work your way down the sides, keeping the tension tight. Now, obviously this is laying down. It's a little bit different than when it's up on a wall. However, if you look at our still manual, you'll see the procedure for putting it on a wall a little bit better. Now the installer is removing the cover from the bottom tape. Pull it down, smooth it out, make sure there's no wrinkles at all in the tape, in the fabric. And now that's finished. The next step, the installer will take a scissor or a straight edge and will trim the tape to within 1 inch, trim the fabric to within 1 inch of the track all the way around. Once the fabric is placed on the wall, it's trimmed to within 1 inch of the track. The remainder or excess fabric is tucked in the cavity of the track very loosely. Its only purpose here is to have it added away so we can finish putting on the top track. You can see this goes very, very quickly. Here's a close-up showing which cavity the extra fabric goes into. As you can see, it's the inside cavity. The outside cavity is used to hold the top track. This should give you a better example of that. Now the next step is the last step, and that is placing the cover track onto the finished panel. Before we do that, we need to cut all of our 45-degree angles perfectly for the corner, for all the corners. In this case, we only have 45-degree angles because of the smallness of the panel. So here we're cutting the 45s. We'll dry place them, fit them into place, make sure that all the corners meet perfectly, and then maybe have to trim back a few pieces. We should be finished, and the panel will be finished. Now we're ready for our very last step. We have cut the top track or cover track with all of the right angles and all of the 45-degree angles. In this case, we've already placed the first two pieces of cover track, and now the installer is going to place the last two, and the panel will be finished. And this is a very simple process. You fit it in. You always want to make sure that your corners are perfect, and that probably is the hardest part of this whole project. It sometimes takes a little bit of trial and error. And once it goes on and put it in place, all the corners are set properly, you have a finished project.